So in step 2, the design of sidewall is done. So the first input in this is the wall thickness and cover to the wall thickness. Then the effective depth is calculated and effective span is calculated, and based on that the uh, the horizontal pressure intensity, maximum tension, maximum bending moment is found, and then the net bending moment is found, and then the factor tension and bending moment is found, and based on that the cross section is designed. Okay, so now I will design the upper bottom. For upper bottom, uh, it is designed for the weight of the material and the self weight of the hopper itself. So here you have to assume some. You have to assume the thickness of the hopper bottom. Thickness of sloping slab. Let us call this as TS. You can make this as subscript. And let this thickness be 150 mm only. And here we also add lining. So let us add 30 mm lining or 25 mm lining. You can designate this as LS or lining on sloping slab. Let us say this is 25 mm. Now the weight of the coal you have from earlier calculation, so you can just copy it here. Here I have used the concatenate command because your material may change as per the input. So if you select the input material as let us say cement, then it will be reflected here cement. Okay, so every time you need not to change here because it is concatenated. The weight of, then it is, and then this P13 is the material which we are going to use. So it is, if we change here it will be reflected here. So material to be stored here I have set as cement, so it will be reflected here as cement. If I set that as coal, so it will be coal. Okay, so same, I have to change this cell here also, because here it is now reading as P65 whereas it is P13. So it is now coal. We remove this part because we have already uh, calculated the formula. Simply uh, again formulate it because it is already been calculated here, so you can just uh, input it from there. So this is the total weight of the coal. Now we need to also include the self weight of the sloping slab, that is Hopper itself. So, so the self weight of the sloping slab now here you have to uh, formulate it in such a way that this is applicable to both for circular means for conical and for this trapezoidal. Both the conical and pyramidal, both type of upper bottom, this formulation is applicable. So so you have to formulate it in such way. So here you can also use concatenate command, because uh, it will be different for both the case. So you set this as see here I have used this command. J39 is equals to 2. J39 means your this selection J39. If it is selected right now, it is selected as 2, means pyramidal. If it is selected as conical, then it will be 1. So if it is 2, then the formula will be different, and if it is 1, then the formula will be different. So so here it will be 4 times. Why 4? Because there will be 4 walls. So if it is pyramidal, then there will be 4 walls. So 4 times square root of 1 square, which is this 1 square C39 plus this 1 point, that will be 2.5 minus 0.45 by 2, and another one will be this part will be deleted. Here this width, this width You can add a bracket over here, bracket, do this again, and yes, or simply you can this minus this divide by 2, remove the bracket from here. So now this will be and this raised to the power 2. So add a square, here square root has to be added, raised to the power 0.5, that is called square root. Okay, so this is how the first part is done. You can just check it. This bracket and plus this and this raised to the power this 2 would be there. It will be there. So now you can see it is 4 times 1 square plus 1.025 square raised to the power 0.5. That is, it is a square root of this term. See what we are doing. We are we want this length. So this length will be 1 square plus this length, this square. So this length will be actually 2.5 by 2. 2.5 minus 4.5 whole divided by 2. So that is what we have done here. Okay, now further to this we have to multiply the thickness. So total thickness you can add here, total thickness, total thickness, total thickness of sloping slab, let us say capital TS. So that will be, here we have to use certain we are using red for the input, blue for auto calculated, and black fonts for calculated values. So now here we have to multiply this, multiply with this thickness TS. So and this divide by 1000 because it is to be converted into meter, again, and multiply it with a density that is 25. So now this is the complete formula. 4 times 1 square plus 1.025 square raised to the power 0.5 into 1.175 into 25. Now this is for the first case. Now if it is second case, then you have to do another formulation. So if it is circular one, then you have to write the formula for the circular one, and formula for circular one will be it will be 2 pi 2 or you can write pi here, but now this pi will be in its precision would be large, so you have to round this. So round and round it to 3 digit. So 2 pi, now 2 pi multiply by, or simply you can first write the symbol. Later on while calculating we will add that. So 2 into pi. So for inserting the pi symbols, this pi is there. It will be 2 pi bracket 2 pi into bracket. Now again you have to take the average uh, radius of top and bottom uh, circles. So average can be taken as this by 2, but this is again so close and plus and bracket plus this by 2 and bracket close by 2. So this will give you the average radius. Now this is to be multiplied by the sloping thickness, this thickness. So this thickness will be root 2 times will be SQ root 2 times the thickness 175. Okay, now this term rounded to 3 digit, or let us say this is rounded and multiply by this. And now something we haven't put a quote here, so this is now text. This is root 2 factor times multiply by this. Now this will be multiply by 25, that is the density of the concrete, and bracket close over here. This is how this is the for the first case, and if it is second case, that is conical, then the formula would be 2 pi. The average radius means 1.25. 1.25 is actually 2.5 by 2, and this 0.45 by 2. So 1.25 plus 2 pi 0.225 whole divided by 2 multiply by root 2 times the slab thickness into density. Now here this slab thickness should be in in meter, so you have to divide this by 1000. So 0.75 0.175 into 25, and this bracket should not be there. Okay, so this is the formulation for the first case, and if I select the second case, then this should be the formula. Now you have to calculate it. So simply copy this, paste it here. Now instead of text, wherever there is text, you now this square and this square into 0.45 raised to the power 0.45 multiply by this by this multiply by 25 . Okay, so this is the first part. Now for the second part, it is 2 times pi, means simply you 2 multiply by pi multiply by bracket this by 2 plus by 2 divided by 2 by square root of 2 multiply by this multiply by this. This is the value. You can verify it with manual calculation. It is 4 times 1 square plus 1.025 square raised to the power 0.5 multiply by 0.175 multiply by 25, so it is 25.06. It is 25.06. And for the second case, it is 28.67. That also you can verify. And the second case is 2 pi into 1.25 plus 0.225 by 2 multiplied by root 2 into 0.175, that is the slab thickness, into 25, it is 28.67, 28.67 you are getting. So the formula is correct for both the cases. So the total load for which this this upper bottom is to be designed, total load will be sum of this plus this. This is the total load. You can do one thing. So this is how you can calculate that. Now you have the total load. Now this total load is to be divided between the four walls. This is the self weight of the four walls, and this is the total load of the coal. So you divide this between the four walls to get the wall load on each wall. So load on each wall will be equal to simply this divide by 2. See, representation is also very important while you're preparing the design notes, because this has to be submitted to your client or proof checking team. So this should be easily understandable. Now this is the total load on each wall. Now this is actually this is like this is the wall, and the load acting on this is like this. So you have to find the component. Let us say t sine, if this is theta, then t sine theta will be if this is theta, horizontal theta, then this vertical component will resist this much load. So you can equate t sine theta, or now you have to equate it with the uh, with with the see, this will be 4 because 4 walls will be there. Now this value will be equal to, if this is 2, if it is 2, then it is 4, otherwise it is 1. Why so? Because if it is pyramidal, then this value will be 4 because there will be 4 sides. But if it is a conical, then it will be 1 only, and the total load will be the entire load. And when you find the when you equate it with the component of this wall resisting this load, at that time you have to take the full perimeter of the uh, conical wall. So here you can write equal to on each if it is conical, then conical. If it is load on each conical wall, and if it is trapezoidal, pyramidal, then the load on. Here also you have to add the condition. Actually you have to set this as this L39. Load on each pyramidal wall if it is pyramidal, and if it is conical, then load on conical wall. Now we equate the component of the wall resisting this load resisting the load that will be equal to T. In this case it would be T sin theta T times sin theta T sin theta is the component which will be resisting this. But now this is when it is pyramidal type. But if it is square type, then you have to take the perimeter of the wall. So in that case it will be T into 2 pi r. You have to multiply 2 pi r also times sin theta. So here again, if this is equal to 2, then the formula will be T sin theta, otherwise it would be 2 T into 2 pi into r. And you have to multiply 2 pi into r. So if it is conical, then it will be T into 2 pi r into sin theta. Now this is to be equated to and this value. This is to be equated to this value. You can round this 3 digit. Okay, so now you have the value of theta, you have the value of r, then you can find the T, the tension in the wall. See what we have done here. T is that if T is the tension in the wall, then and if it is this is theta, then this will be T sin theta. So this vertical component of the wall will be resisting this load. So we are equating this vertical component of the wall which is resisting the load to the equating it to the load. So we can find the T, which is the tensile force in the wall. Okay, so we stop here. In the next class, next laboratory will continue this example. Any doubt in this?